So think about that for a minute. We are exactly in my 75% realm right now. So I'm super excited about it. But I'm more excited to bring on these incredible people. And I really want to just start, and I'm just going to jump into it because I like to move these meetings along. But I am beyond excited to announce a couple of our winners. So the first person that I want to bring on is Jeannie McMurray. And Jeannie, you have done a phenomenal job. I just keep on seeing your name pop up, your name pop up, your name pop up. But, you know, for a lot of people, they don't know you. So first, congratulations on achieving Diamond. You're just a superstar. And second, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit, you know, beyond what maybe most people would know about hobbies or interests or anything that you want to give us, anything at all.
Well, I think this company and these products that work so amazing. So I am a person, I love people. I love pampering people. That's my strength and my wheelhouse. I was raised on a farm. We learned how to work hard and pray hard. So that's one good thing there. Age 17, graduated, went to Hawaii and got to play for a couple years till I was 21, and we had to grow up and have a real job. And so my job became the spa industry, still pampering others, helping out open up some of the best spas in the world from not only Hawaii, but also Las Vegas. And so that is me. I love pampering people. I'm also a certified essential oil coach, certified ketogenic coach. I also have my own luxury spa line. I just love teaching others how to love themselves because I'm learning how to love myself and pamper myself, especially the last couple of years being isolated.
Yeah, really.
To learn, right? So.
Well, and that self-preservation mode that I think we've all been in lately, we are so excited to get out of it. As Michael said, we have so many interesting things that we get to deal with government and everything else. This is a place of happiness and safety and solitude here at Neumi. So now tell me, so in most companies and most businesses, it takes a long time for people to achieve the rank of diamond. And what, if you just don't mind maybe just sharing some of your thoughts and ideas, what do you feel was your rapid rise to the success that you've had here or the rank of diamond? Like, what would you attribute that to?
Well, it's all God, obviously. I mean, everything is just the last few years, I've really been praying to God, like I need to be ready to help people. And then this last year, it was really about, okay, God, I'm missing this link. Help me. I need to find it to really help my friends and family. And God sent me Roxanne. So I am so grateful and thank you. Thank you, Roxanne. So yes, God answers prayers.
Well, and we're going to get to Roxanne in just a second. The first thing that I'd love to do before we do that is, you know, in this industry, a lot of people are looking for help. And of course, you've got an incredible upline. You've got Roxanne, Ruth Prince, you've got Sherry, Rhonda, all the way up to Alex Monterosa, and then me, I guess, maybe Ryan. But the fact is, you've got this incredible team surrounding you. What is it that you would say, maybe 2 or 3 activities or items that you would do or that you would recommend people do that contribute to your success or that can help them achieve success?
I think we lost her for 1 second.
I think you may be right.
How about we jump into Roxanne and come back when she's on?
I think we'll do that. So Roxanne, you are the upline to the incredible Jeannie McMurray. You're just this amazing, amazing rock for people. Every time I've had conversations with you, whether on the phone or on Zooms or whatever, you just have this incredible power about you, this kind of just quiet power about you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background, or, you know, some of the things that are hobbies or interests for you.
Absolutely. I am the Audacious Wellness Warrior. This was a long time kind of, I'll say, goal of mine, overcoming an autoimmune disease, setting up a clinical practice in natural medicine that I've been doing for 16 years. So it is my passion, my desire to serve people, to see them healthy in their physical body, their mental, emotional wellness, but also in their spirit. So it's a great passion for me to lay hands on people and to pray for them, but to see how we can actually take care of our own bodies. I think we've lost the ability, we've become out of touch with our bodies. So everything that I can do to support that is great. I started actually a little farm about 10 years ago. So I started farming. I'm in love with my chickens. So if you don't see me treating people, healing people, I'm usually out with my chickens in my gardens, or making some kind of fantastic, super yummy paleo delight in the kitchen. I love cooking and canning, and that's a bit about me.
Well, so I have to say, you're the first diamond in Canada. So first off, congratulations, just super cool. I'm just, again, over the moon impressed with everything you do. But, you know, again, like I said, I want to keep the questions similar, but the answers obviously are going to be disparately different. What would you say? You know, most companies, it takes a long time to climb through the ranks of you know, the company, and you've done it in a very quick time, comparatively speaking. What would you say are the reasons, or the rapid rise to success that you've had? What would you attribute that to?
Well, number one, I would always say hit the ground running. Like, don't wait. Like, stop waiting for the right time to learn enough, to know enough. Like, just make a decision and jump all in with both feet. Everyone that comes into my practice, or that I meet, or that contacts me because they're unwell, I invite them to sample Neumi. So everyone gets a little shot glass of Neumi. Most people report immediate shift and change. So then they're already sold. I would say the other reason for the success is to really just set your goals. And not just in your mind, but if you don't write them down and declare out loud, this is what I'm going to do, it's never going to happen, because you're always going to give yourself a pass or a buy. It would have been, as you said a couple of days ago, been very easy for me to look at Jeannie's success and go, oh, well, woe is me. Like, look at her. She's outranked me. But you and I had an interesting exchange, and you said, well, when are we going to celebrate you? And I said, well, how many days do we have left in a month? And so that, you know, put me into high gear, because I am a 40 lion. And so when I make a decision that I'm going to do something, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, it's got to happen. And, you know, people without a vision, they perish. They can't function and perform. But it's not just about the vision. I think why our team is really successful is because we're having fun, and we're making it fun, and we're encouraging each other to have fun. You still have to do your business, right? But your business can be really fun. And how much more fun is it seeing people like squeal in delight because of all of the amazing changes that they're seeing and feeling in their body? And then I would say effective partnering, you know, purposefully seeking out strategically the leaders that you want to partner with, that you want to run with, that complement you, that are good at the things that maybe you're not so good at, and lifting them up and encouraging them to shine and thrive in their own awesomeness, in their own radiance. We don't need to be clones of each other. And that's what's important in a need-to-need business. Be you, be authentically you, because that's what's going to work for you the best.
I love it. I'm so impressed. I'm impressed with everybody that's joining Neumi right now. It's just amazing, but it's because of the people like you, Roxanne, and Jeannie, and all of the others. We're going to talk to a couple more people here, but it's your intellect, it's your relationships, it's the type of person that you'd like to surround yourself with, and those are the people that you're bringing in, are the people that are, you know, somewhat interested in the same things we are. And so I love it. So Roxanne, again, congratulations. If I don't get to tell Jeannie before the end of the call, hey, we'll pull her in at another time. But I'm absolutely so impressed with everything that we've seen. And maybe I can see that Jeannie's back on. Maybe why don't we bring her back on now? Roxanne, thank you so much. And let's bring Jeannie back in. I'm not sure where Jeannie went. Maybe it was the power of the call, Jeannie, I'm going to say.
Must have been.
But so the one thing that I asked Roxanne that I'd love to hear your thoughts on as well are that, you know, everybody's looking for success in this industry or in this business, and not everybody knows how to find it. We, of course, have incredible trainings. We have incredible workshops. Michael's going to talk about that at the end of this call. And everybody has a chance to plug into the system, obviously. But for you, you've been doing this a while and you've had great success. What are some of the traits or characteristics that you've identified that can help others have the same type of success.
Well, definitely, you guys have made it very easy because, you know, you have all the training in the back office, you have everything for us. So like Roxanne said, we get to do what we love, and you guys have done all the work for us, which I love. And, you know, pray about who you're supposed to contact that day and who you're supposed to work with. I mean, who's going to help the most people? That's what I do. Just pray about it. God will speak to you and tell you, go contact this person or that. Like, seriously, because you guys have done all the work for us, like, for real. Like, to be able to have app and training. I know I haven't finished all my training yet. Sorry, Roxanne, I'm 73% or whatever, but you know, but at least we can kind of see who's doing what, which is awesome. We don't have to be cookie cutters in this business, which I love.
Well, and so Jeannie, I'm sorry you got bumped a few minutes ago, but I really appreciate it. And I'm just so proud. I'm so pleased to make the announcements of the diamonds tonight. You guys are absolutely stellar. And I just so appreciate you, Jeannie and Roxanne, and the others that I'm going to bring on. Congratulations again. Well done.
Thank you for all you guys are doing.
Well, we try. Now, Karen, I'm going to bring Karen Justice on. So Karen's in sunny, warm Florida. And so Karen has literally run through the ranks. She hit double diamond this last month. She's been with us for about not even 2 months yet. I don't think. I think we're coming up on 2 months, but not quite. So Karen Justice, tell us a little bit about yourself, likes, loves, interests, all that good stuff, and give us a little insight into who Karen is. But first, congratulations on your run. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I absolutely am so grateful and happy to have found this home. I love networking, but I use the income from it to be able to pursue some of my other dreams as well. I'm a cartoonist. I love to underline humor in the drama. I've created a whole greeting card line, that type of thing, and I write children's books. And something very dear to my heart is working on trying to save the Everglades. So I've written a whole series of children's books about the Everglades. And so, you know, those things are really important to me, but I've also written several books on referral-based marketing. And one of the things that I love about this company is that there's so much heart in it. And I really believe that what people are attracted to is the sincerity and the goodness that surrounds this company, the product and the people involved. So it's just such a joy to be here. It just feels like home. There's so many wonderful people that are being attracted to it. And so I really love it. You know, I wake up every day happy and just feel so, like the other two ladies on this call have said, it just feels so blessed to be here.
Well, and I loved what Roxanne said about having fun with her team. I mean, I had a great mentor one time say to me, Aaron, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. And I've always lived by that. You've got to live by this relationship of having a good time. There's no reason to just be so burdened with the heaviness of life. But again, Karen, in most companies, it takes a long time to make those runs through the ranks. So again, same thing. What would you attribute your success here at Neumi to? I mean, what has happened that's given you the ability to run to double diamond literally in about 2 months or less?
Well, I believe it's that we have what people are looking for. There's so many people out there that are looking for a home like this. And so when you introduce them and they see what's here, you know, people are just signing up. And so, but the other thing is hard work. As you know, excuse me, Aaron, I work really hard. And I believe in that. And one of the things I taught years ago, I wrote an article for Upline magazine, and it was about, you know, making that 90-day run. When you get involved with something and you really want to make it to the top, it's really important to do the age-old things like making your list, you know, and getting your information out to people. And this company makes it really easy. But anybody who's made it to the top, Eric Worre one time did some surveys, and he talks about it in one of his books, that the common denominator were of the people that had made it to the top of compensation plans was always that they'd done that 90-day run, worked as hard as they could for about 90 days. And so I believe that success, loves speed. It starts to drive momentum. There's all this excitement, and excitement attracts. So that's really important. But the other thing that I do, and I think it's important for how to put heart in your group, is I really love my team members. And there was a time in networking that I felt really burnt out. I mean, my head was literally on the desk. I was thinking, this can be so hard sometimes. And what I did was I changed me. I decided that I create my reality. So every morning, literally, I wake up and I say, I'm happy. And I actually figure out different ways when I'm working with my people, even if there's negative things happening, or some little thing has upset someone, I work on how to imbue joy into people's lives. And that's so easy with a company like this. We have being able to represent Stephen and partner with Stephen and with your expertise. But one other thing I'd like to say, there's a thing that professional networkers look for, and it's a very rare bird. And I experienced it one time before, and I didn't know how rare it was, but there's something called momentum. And it's very rare to find that in a company. You can get into a company and you work hard and you can build, and step by step you move up a compensation plan. But what happens if you're lucky enough to find a company that's just moving into its momentum phase, it can be like having a tiger by the tail, literally. And so that's where we are right now. That's what we're starting. So I would say to anybody on this call right now, work as hard as you can, because this can change your life for the rest of your life. And so it's a wonderful place to be, and absolutely perfect timing. And I just want to say, Erin, that I so appreciate and respect both you and Steve for your ability to guide us through, a momentum phase. Like I feel so secure with this company, and again, I have to say it, so grateful that I'm here.
Well, Karen, we're grateful that you're here as well. And again, Double Diamond is absolutely amazing. Everybody's kind of watching to see if you're going to hit the Triple Diamond first and Crown first and beyond that. So we're going to have to start re-ranking, some of our upper ranks. So again, folks, it's going to happen. Jeannie, Roxanne, Karen, absolutely amazing. You guys are just absolute superstars. So again, congratulations. Now I'm going to bring on a good friend of mine. He and I have worked together for years. We lost touch for a couple of years, but he's back. And again, just like Jeannie with Roxanne, and just like Karen brought in Dr. Jerry Shaw, one day I jumped on a Zoom and there was Dr. Jerry, and I went, oh my gosh, Dr. Jerry, I just love this guy. And so it was an opportunity for us to reconnect. It was a great chance to chat about some of the things that we wanted to do together again, but some of the things that we wanted to do differently than maybe we had done in the past, and really make this thing work. So again, Dr. Jerry, you and Curtis Knight have teamed up. You guys have an amazing, amazing group growing right now. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to be a part of. If everybody doesn't know, Karen, Jerry, Curtis, and a lot of others, of course, Roxanne, Jeannie, Rhonda, Sherry, Alex, Michael, et cetera, all these different people jump on a call every day at 1:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we have a phenomenal call. It's about a 25 to 30 minute call, and it's incredible. But Jerry, that's how we've built. That's what we've done in the past. So with that being said, tell us a little bit about Dr. Jerry Shaw. Give us a little bit of background and some insight into interests, hobbies, whatever it may be. Welcome to the call, Dr. Jerry.
Thank you, Aaron. It's good to be back, teamed up with you, and we're doing it big this time, doing it right. And it was great to see Karen and have her get the accolades. I've watched her from a distance. I've helped her build in the past, and she's an amazing person. And I called her a little over a month ago to find out what she was doing, and she said that she'd had the greatest first month she'd ever had in her life. And she had literally age regressed by 10 years. So I knew there was some merit there. And I had to look at it. And that's when we got on the Zoom and you were there. And I think a couple of days later, I got Curtis on with Steve, and Steve was talking about glutathione. And you know, back in school, I've been in functional medicine for 42 years, and back in school in cellular physiology, we saw maybe a few paragraphs about endogenous antioxidants, and included catalase and superoxide dismutase, and the best one was glutathione. And you know, not a lot of mention beyond that, but it was probably about 1985 that it came across my purview again, this time as the most important, most valuable endogenous molecule, the endogenous antioxidant that we don't have enough of, but was so critical for the function of everything. And back then I was hearing about liver a lot, liver and brain, things like that, organ function. But we wanted to upregulate it, but it was practically impossible. You couldn't take it because it was destroyed by the stomach acids. You couldn't actually, well, you could IV it, but that wasn't comfortable and expensive, and it just wasn't convenient. So we worked with precursors, and precursors weren't that effective. So we were left with that over all of the years, that we found more and more reasons that we'd like to upregulate it, but had difficulty doing it. So the fact that we found this, and I found it through Karen, and it just blew me away what Stephen had been through. Here's the guy that is the guy for creating breakthrough products, and this is the greatest breakthrough he's ever seen, and he wants to partner with us. It doesn't get any better than that. So, you know, my history in functional medicine led me to a place of really wanting to help people over all of those years. And part of that came from a very, sickly childhood. There were times that I almost died for various reasons. I had a number of different things going on. And so I actually had to find my path of healing myself. And I began to realize that was the greatest thing that I could commit myself to. And so in practice, I did that, worked with a lot of allied health professionals, and I loved and was drawn to Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. Ended up going to India to, further the Ayurvedic studies. But it's all about achieving that homeostasis. And in Chinese medicine, it's yin and yang and 5 elements and balancing all of those things. In Ayurveda, it's Vata, Pitta, Kapha, balancing this. But the reality is the miracle is inside of us. I've gone down all of those, at this point, I'll call them rabbit holes. I learned a lot, experienced a lot, saw a lot. We were able to help a lot of people, but it was complicated. It was difficult. It's difficult for people to comply to those complicated protocols. And the reality is I came back home inside. The true physician is the physician heal thyself. It's inside. So the miracle is in us. And truly, glutathione is a huge part of that miracle. And if we can upregulate it, there's literally nothing that we can't achieve in terms of homeostasis and balance. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to go down a lot of rabbit holes. We can swish something very simply and actually help our body to be the miracle it was intended to be. So that kind of is a quick snapshot of where I came from and where I am today.
Well, it's interesting. I've been explaining to people over the last number of months since I've been here that this is the most incredible foundational product that you should be taking every single day. It doesn't matter what else you take every day. All of us have all kinds of regimens that we go through and supplements that we like to take, and we won't go without a day. But this is one that I found, it doesn't matter what you're taking on a daily basis. This is one that needs to be in your system every single day. And Dr. Jerry, you have talked about it every single time we're on these calls, how important it is to the body. Now, in terms of the rising through the ranks, if I don't hit on this, we'll be here for a while because I love this kind of talk. When you kind of rose through the ranks here at Neumi, obviously you did it extremely fast. I think you and Curtis were, I don't know, maybe within about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe, if that's right.
Yeah, 3.5 weeks. Yeah.
3.5 weeks. So hitting diamond in 3.5 weeks, which is absolutely astonishing. But number 2, why do you think it's Neumi? And then if you don't mind sharing with everybody, just as a combined question, what are some of the things, traits, characteristics, things that you do on a daily basis that everybody should do, maybe with their own personality, to try to build a business or build an income or build an organization or support a group, what are the things that will help them become successful just like you?
I have to follow up with what Karen was talking about. Karen talked about a 90-day focus build. You really got to do that. And you got to jump right in. And I think, I don't know if Jeannie said it or Roxanne, how you just got to do it. And if anybody that's ever been to any trainings I've ever done, it's a lot about figuring out your why. We've all got it, but most of us have left it somewhere behind because we got crushed somewhere along the line. We were told we weren't good enough by, maybe a teacher or maybe your job, and you got stepped on or stepped over or pushed down or fired, or, you lost self-esteem and you settled for something. The reality is there's a reason you're here. And if you dig deep enough, you'll find that. I think it was Mark Twain that said, there's the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you figured out why. So your why is so important. And the only way you can really get to your why, and it's so valuable because it's the thing that's going to drive you and cause you to do that 90-day build. And the way you get to it is you do set your goal. Like I think Jeannie said that, or Roxanne said that, I get confused now. But it's very important to have goals. But you look at those goals and you ask, why is it important? And we can set a goal. We can set a goal of, the big house or the car, or the vacations, or, this or that. But unless you understand why it's important, it's just a thing. And it doesn't carry a lot of weight, a lot of power. It's not gonna keep you going towards it. So if it's like a new car or whatever, you ask yourself, why is it important to have that? And you write down the answer. Whatever answer comes into your head, you write it down. Now you revisit, you look at that answer, and the answer is still not going to be it. It'll take usually, on average, 4 to 5 times asking, why is it important to the question? So you write down an answer. Why is it important to have that new car? Well, the old car, the old jalopy's breaking down, can't count on it anymore. Well, why is it important to change that? Why is it important? And you will eventually get to your heart, your core, to your why. And that's so important because usually it's very often, and for me, it was family. For me, it came at a time in my life, and it was right before I'd had massive success. And I'd gone through a divorce, and my son had moved away because I built a cabin up in the mountains, and he had moved with my ex-wife, and so he was apart from me. But my son was the most important thing in my life. But I wasn't focused on that and didn't understand it. So when I went through my goals and why was it important to achieve, I'd been beaten down, I was in debt and all of those things, so I'd lost my self-esteem. I hit on it was my son. And it had the power to bring tears to my eyes. And your true why it'll have the power to move you. You'll feel the emotion behind it. It could be a legacy that you want to create. It could be building schools in the Philippines or orphanages in India or something like that. But it's something that moves you deeply, and it's usually not anything that's material. So for me, because it was my son, I put his picture when I got up in the morning. I put his picture by the telephone that could weigh 100 pounds, and you don't want to pick it up. And you make all kinds of excuses not to do it. But there was my son's picture, and there was no excuse that was bigger than him. So I did it anyway, and I kept doing it. And people would say, no, not interested. And I would put the phone down and I say, I can't keep doing this. And I would look at my son. And because that was my why, I kept doing it. And that's the key. You just don't stop. And for me, I'm a dinosaur. It's all about relationships. And relationships have turned all over to social media. I'm not big on social media, but I reach out to people. And one of the things that's key to a good relationship, and it comes back from being a practitioner and being in medicine, you listen. You've got to listen to understand people. So as a doctor, you spend most of your time listening because you try to figure people out. And in this business, no different in this business. I've spent hours listening to leaders after I called them, and they didn't know who I was. I maybe heard about them, or I looked them up, or I saw them in some magazine or some article, and I called them. And normally, their stature's way up here, and I'm down here. So I assume that position and I listen and I let them educate me. And I don't try to sell them anything. And they begin to trust me. And they begin to realize I'm actually a friend. And I don't really I don't need them for anything other than just that, their friendship. And that's when the relationship becomes rock solid. And that's when you can call on these people and let them know about something like Neumi. And when you do let them know about something like Neumi and you have it in your heart, Steve Scott comes from his heart. That's why those Zooms are so powerful with him. Because anything that comes from your heart, people will hear on all kinds of levels. They hear things in their head and from people's heads all day long. All kinds of media are targeting you, and it comes from someone's head. It comes from some advertising exec, and it hits you right in your head and bounces off. But something that comes from the heart that has truth in it, you hear it on all kinds of levels. So when you speak about something like Neumi, that's a heart-centered company, and Steve Scott, who comes totally from his heart, and this is the greatest breakthrough he's ever seen, and you speak from that because you know that, and you've been there with him, and you've seen those Zooms, and you now know it because you're taking the product, and you speak, people hear it. You don't have to sell it. You just let them know, and you speak from your heart, you speak from experience. And if they don't pick it up from you, they get to a Zoom with Stephen on it, it's a done deal. So those are powerful calls, Aaron. I'm glad we're doing them.
I am too. I mean, Jerry, it's so wonderful to reconnect. It's so great to connect with new people. Jeannie, Roxanne, Karen. We're going to have such a great time here. It's going to be an absolute blast building with you and seeing your success and celebrating those successes with you. And I hope I want to put something up, but I can't type while I'm talking. But the fact is, I want to say, who's the next diamond? I mean, raise your hands if you're going to be the next diamond, because I'm telling you, one of you is going to be it. 2 of you, 10 of you, 100 of you. It's going to happen. It's not going to slow down. We're changing people's lives. And I was just thinking about Jerry. It reminded me of an incredible story that I had a number of years ago in